We are almost at the end of spring season, but before it ends, I really wanted to create a look that screams spring, like flowers, colors, and a little bit of chaos coming together. So when I came across this look created by Painted by Esther on Pinterest, I knew that I have to recreate this look. It captures a sense of spring so well with that ethereal blush and that neony green liner. The overall feel of this look is very whimsical yet refreshing that you can ace it even during the summer season. So for the base, we want something that gives you a natural finish. So I've used a skin tint from Inside, and now I'm going in with a concealer that is very close to my skin tone. Next, to add some definition to my face, I'm going in with contouring. But for this particular look, we don't want our contour to look harsh, rather nice and soft. So instead of going in with my contour directly on my face, I've saturated a fluffy highlighter brush with my contour, and now I'm diffusing it lightly on my skin. I'm focusing it mainly on my forehead. As you can see, I have pretty big forehead. On my temple and to bring out my cheekbone as well, and slightly define my jawline. I'm using a tiny concealer brush to carve out my nose using the contour. And I'm diffusing it ever so slightly with a bigger concealer brush. To diffuse and soften our contour further, I'm going in with my foundation brush over my contour. This step is going to make it sure that there are no harsh lines left. The core currency of this look is its blush, which is very signature across all the looks that Esther has created. To achieve that dreamy feel, we are going to be using quite a lot of blushes, and for the starter, these three liquid and creme blushes. The color story here is shades of pink and coral. I'm starting off with this dusty rose shade from Inside. With the help of the concealer brush, I'm placing my blush very close to my under eye and blending it outwards towards my temple. The blush that you're going to use here has to be the most pigmented. If it's not very pigmented, you can just layer it like me. Next, I'm using a Barbie pink blush, which is comparatively lighter than the last one that we used. It's from Cuffs and Lashes. I'm placing this one almost at the center of my face. I'm blending it all the way to my under eye and towards my nose. So we are almost trying to create a gradient of color but still maintaining that softness. Now before I go in with another blush, I'm using a lighter concealer to highlight underneath my eyes and my nose. If you want to create that Esther's signature blush placement, you cannot skip this step. It's very essential. I'm going to bind this whole blush thingy together with a coral blush using a fluffy brush. I'm diffusing the coral blush all the way to my under eyes and taking it all the way to my nose. We don't want to see any harsh line here, so you need to put some effort on blending here. Before I set my under eyes with a loose powder, I'm going to go in quickly with my concealer brush over my concealer so that we are not setting the creases. I'm setting my under eyes first, and then I'm going to go in with the puff all over my face. Okay, once I'm done setting my face, we're again back to the blush. It's still not over. So I've taken a bright pink eyeshadow actually. I don't have a blush. So next I'm using a peachy powder blush from Sugar. Now this blush is going to be placed in the center of my face, exactly where I placed the coral blush. Again, we don't need any harsh line, so we are going to blend all the layers pretty nicely. And this is what that will give you that dreamy and romantic gradient of color. So this is how our blush situation is looking right now. I think I kind of like it. The eye makeup is pretty simple, might look intimidating when you look at it at first, but it's not. Trust me, let me walk you through it. To begin with, I am buffing some concealer above my natural crease, focusing underneath my brows mostly. For this particular look, we need a pretty dark brown eye base, so I'm using a pretty chocolatey concealer. You can use your contour shade as well. I'm diffusing it nicely with an eyeshadow brush, taking it slightly above my natural crease since I have pretty hooded eyes, but if you have a lot of lid space to work with, then you can just keep it limited up till your natural crease. You can always adjust the intensity of the brown base as per your choice, but I'm going to darken it a little more. To set our base, I'm going in with the dark brown eyeshadow from this Lamel eyeshadow palette. I'm using it to diffuse and soften out any harsh edges. Next, I'm picking this olive shimmer shade on a flat eyeshadow brush. I'm placing it on the outer half of my lid, and then I'm going to blend and soften it with my finger like this. I'm using the same olive shimmer to highlight my brow bone as well. And now comes the main character of this eyelook green eyeliner. This is a duochrome holographic eyeliner from Swiss Beauty. It has that parrot green to emerald green shift. If you have dark brown to black eyes like me and you want your eye color to stand out, then you need to add colors like blues and greens. These colors flatters our deep brown skin and our deep brown eye color so beautifully. So I'm using this liner very generously on my lower lash line. It doesn't have to be perfect, it can be messy, guys. I'm using it to line my inner corner and lining half of my lid as well. I'm placing this liner on my brow bone too. Here I'm going to soften it out with my finger. Next, I'm just curling my lashes and finishing off the eye look with some mascara. Don't forget to put mascara on your lower lashes too. Using a fluffy eyeshadow brush, I'm placing some highlighter on the bridge of my nose, and I'm adding some highlight to my cheekbone as well. To line my lips, I'm using a dark brown kajal actually from K Beauty. I can't really find a good neutral brown lip liner actually. This lip combo is pretty Barbie coded, but I don't have a very bright pink lipstick, so I'm using my blush instead. I've placed it in the center of my lips and diffusing it nicely with my finger. I'm lining my lips further with a light brown lip liner. To intensify the color and set our blush, I'm using a pink eyeshadow, following up with a clear lip gloss from e.l.f. If you're on hunt for a good, affordable lip gloss that lasts, then you gotta try this one. This is my second tube, by the way. It's just too good. To finish off the lip combo, I'm placing the same olive green shimmer on my Cupid's bow. So I made a high bun off camera and added these beautiful flowers in my hair. And this is how our finished look has turned out. I personally loved it. Do let me know what do you all think about it. I'm gonna see you in the next video. Till then, bye.